back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the AMX 13F3AM. It's the Tier 6 French SPG located on the northeast corner of one of the new maps, and I still don't know all their names. Well, it's the new map in the game, whatever it is. I'm sure somebody will recognize it fairly quickly. Anyway, the name of the player is Oksydor. Yes, our resident streamer, or one of them, is actually now to say AMX 13F3 with 3 marks of excellence, and he's decided to go just behind the cap into the bushes and shoot from there. Ready to go. Honestly, I will put the name of the map in text afterwards, but I just have no idea who these new maps are. In fact, I'm not the only one, because I was watching Sophie Line streaming this evening, and she came across this map and she didn't know where it was either. Oh, direct hit on the T-54 first prototype. Yeah, she had no clue where this map was at all, and so she was a bit puzzled as to where she should go. Seems it's confusing more than a few people. He's loaded, ready to go. T-54 first prototype, come around the corner and... Okay, doesn't take the shot there. I think he anticipated the first prototype was going to come round. And he didn't. He actually decided to hold off. And consequently the shell didn't hit the target. He did have a clean shot at one point. Oh, that was nice. Trying to send one after him as he disappeared. Over by the water, we've got the SMVCC-67. And that's a direct hit on the rear of the 45 TP. I suppose actually it's a river or a canal actually. It looks more like a river than a canal. It's a bit wider. Anyway, any new map is welcome in the game. But I do wonder why they didn't leave some of those other maps that they brought into the game in there. But look at this number of enemy tanks all together. And oh, look at that. He hit 2 of them and stunned the rest of them. And he's now picking up loads of stun assist. And that VK3001P's decided to go all in. And unfortunately that cost him his game, and now our KV-1 shielded is actually going to get some damage on the enemy as well, but oh, the enemy Arty finishes him off. But we put one in and the 45 TP takes the next round, but the enemy's getting rather close, so we're going to have to change position just a little bit. Okay, we've got one of our teammates nearby us, and looks like our first target's probably going to be the ARL-44, but he might go for the tank destroyer instead. He's just dialing in. Looks good. Direct hit! Wipes out the 44. It must have penetrated him right on his front. Well, I say must have. It may have penetrated him. He only got 150 hit points out of it. The ARL was fairly low, and this output on this Arty is 600 and... Is it 650 or 680? I can never remember exactly. I think it's 650 rather than 680. Oh, we fired another one in, and this time the SMB got hit, and he was taken out by the S51 who fired one in just afterwards. Actually, it's 630 with the top gun. Okay, the only enemy who's in sight at the moment is a Cromwell. But there is one that's a little bit closer actually, and it's another SMVCC-67. It's a tier 8 game with tier 6 Arty in it. Tier 6 vehicles. Okay, he's loaded, ready to go. Well, he changed direction, and that saved him from getting a huge amount of damage. He only got 179, but he is taking damage afterwards, which means stun assist. And now the next bit of stun went to the S51, who's using the stock gun, which is why he's firing so rapidly. We're loaded. Oh, hit the engine area. A direct hit on the engine area, the engine bay. Now we've got an AMX 12-ton to deal with. It's a little further away. Okay, there he is. He's hiding behind that that rock. Very difficult to put a round in there, but we might be able to get a splash or stun at the very least. Rounds out. Don't think that would have done anything, actually, to be honest. The rock face probably shield hit him from the effects. Okay, we're reloaded and ready to go. Okay, one of the enemy Arty's just been spotted way off in the distance. We're looking at the box tank who's on that corner. And that was a direct hit for 280. And he got some stun assists directly afterwards. We've lost sight of the box tank, but the enemy is now getting surrounded. So I don't think it's going to be long before we spot him again. Yes, there he is. We're almost loaded as well. Oksydor's got a reload time of, I think it's 25 seconds. And the standard reload is 30.58, so he's not 5 seconds off. Yep, the enemy keeps popping in and popping out. Okay, there's still 5 enemy out there. Trying to focus on the easiest ones to hit. I would go for the box tank, because the box tank actually does have very little armor. Oh, it's a Scorpion. That's what he was going for. That's got the least armor of all of the enemy tanks still alive, because it's only 1mm. The box tank doesn't have much armor, but certainly more armor than the Scorpion, the American Scorpion, the M56. And all of the enemy, well, we've lost sight of them all. And that's mainly down to the fact that we lost a few tanks in that exchange. Our T-34-2 has gone around the map, and oh, we just saw the tracer coming from the enemy Arty, and we just lost our IS-2. So now it's 3 left on either side. The enemy team has got 1 Arty and 2 tank destroyers. We've got 2 Arty and 1 medium tank, the T-34-2. And that T-34-2 does not have much in the way of hit points left. So I have the feeling that Oksydor is now going to go defensive and try and defend the cap area against any comers. Now his view range is only 270 meters. But given his reload time, it's only going to be 1 shot that he gets, and then he'll have to move. The good news is that with a top speed of 60 kilometers an hour, he can move fairly quickly to get out of this area. But unfortunately, I suspect that the enemy tank will probably nail him. If he's good enough, if he's smart enough, he'll be able to get 1 shot in quickly. But if he's not smart, then Oksydor might get away. He's aiming where he thinks the enemy's going to appear. Thinks he'll come in from around that corner rather than go straight to the cap. If he does go straight to the cap, the S-51's probably going to get a shot. The T-34-2 is now moving to a position where he might be able to spot the enemy for us. Not going to have much luck there, I'm afraid. So he's going around the corner. Now if he spots him suddenly, he's very low on hit points. It might be a good idea for Oksydor to follow the enemy, or follow the T-34-2 now. And he's found one of the enemy. It's the Scorpion. Remember, that's the one with very, very low armor. He's trying to dial in as fast as he can, but the Scorpion's moving. He's stopped. Rounds out. Well, it was a good shot. It was very close to the Scorpion, so he probably took some damage. But we've lost sight of him. And remember, the enemy team's still got an Arty in this game. There's the Scorpion. He did take some damage. And we're almost loaded, but it's over a ridgeline. Okay, now we're loaded. But at that moment, we lost sight of the enemy. There he is. He's up at the top. He got the shot in. But we get the kill shot on him. Now it's 2 versus 2, but it's now 2 Arty versus a tank destroyer and an Arty. And the tank destroyer is the box tank. Now, he is badly damaged. We do know that. But the enemy's got more hit points than we've got. And unfortunately, the S51 just got wiped out. And I think, yes, he was taken out by the box tank. And the bad news about that is that he's got a better view range than we have. And he was able to work out where or see the S51 and take him out. Oksydor's trying to move to a position where he can get sight of the cap area without getting spotted himself. It's fairly close, but unfortunately the gun's a little high. And I'm not so sure. I think he'll have to spot, then pull back and take a shot after he's aimed in. And yes, the enemy is capping, but is that the GW Panther or the box tank? I think he'll probably be the GW. So we're going to have to try and get a spot without getting taken out. The enemy might be looking in this direction. Got that mound of earth just between us and the enemy at the moment. Yeah, he's going to try and cut this gap without getting seen. Still only one in the cap. No, he still can't see. He's trying to get as high as he can, but this ridgeline is still getting in the way. So he's decided he's going to have to come forward. And it is the box tank. And he was spotted. The box tank knows where to come now. Unfortunately, that ridgeline is now working against us, so he's going to have to move away. But it means the enemy Arty knows where we are as well. Box tank making its way forward. Oksydor has done this sort of thing before. Just needs to be able to get the gun down onto the box tank. Time to get the shotgun. Well, it looks like the box tank decided he's not going to come out of the cap. But oh, it's not him. It is the AMX 13, the GW. Oh, and the box tank got us. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Oksydor in the AMX 13 F3AM on the Outpost map. Yep, finally looked it up. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he ended up with 10. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A high caliber for getting at least 20% of the enemy hit pool, as well as a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, and his win rate in that one, 5,481, which is Super Unicum standard, but sadly he did get wiped out because the box tank boxed him. He thought the box tank was going to come straight towards him. He didn't. He went around the rock the other side to try and catch him in the side, and somehow, I don't know how he did it, but the enemy GW Panther got into the cap before the box tank left it, and it didn't give us the appearance that the box tank had left the cap. I thought he was still in there, but he wasn't. He was actually moving towards Oksydor by going around him. So, yes, good move by the box tank. He did end up winning the battle, got a shot into Oksydor's side. Anyway, we can see that Oksydor did get the highest damage in the game with 2,990. In fact, I think it was something like 2,774 to get the high caliber. So he did qualify on that one quite nicely. The second highest damage in the game turned out to be RT-34-2 with 2,415. And the third highest was the box tank, who won the game in the end. He got a Pascucci's medal for killing the S-51 as well as Oksydor in the end. 2,017 hit points went to him, with the 112 just behind him, just 5 hit points less. When it came to kills, it was the T-34-2 who managed to do the best with 4 kills in that one. 2 kills went to Oksydor, to the GSOR 1008, and on the enemy team, there were 6 tanks who all managed to get 2 kills apiece, including the box tank, the 112, the Cromwell, the Scorpion, one of the Italian tank destroyers, and their AMX 12-ton. When it came to base XP, though, it was actually the box tank did the best with 946, the Scorpion managed 937, and then the 112 got 865, and then Oksydor was actually with 842, but that puts him in 5th place on XP. He fired 16 rounds in that game, got 9 direct hits on the enemy, and 1 penetration on him as well. I think probably the Scorpion, that one. Yes, it is, yes. The armor on the Scorpion is negligible. If you get a direct hit, it's more than likely going to go straight through, and you'll get a decent roll on it. Could take out the enemy. 17 splashes as well. 2,990 in total. 2,682 were at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit. It was from the box tank, and that's a 13-centimeter gun, which meant that, I'm afraid, yes, it was terminal. It was going to take him out with just 1 shot. The hit points of an AMX 13F3 is only 300, and the box tank has more than 400, I think, off that 13-centimeter naval gun. So, 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, so that's where he got the Confederate. There's an 8 difference there. 1,169 hit points of stun assist of 14 stuns. He earned 60,509 credits in the battle, 5,907 for courageous resistance. That's because he got a battle hero or an epic medal. In a losing or drawn game, it was a loss, but he did get a Gauze medal. That's an epic. And he also got the high caliber and the Confederate, and they were both battle heroes. 66,416 credits altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, took away a profit of 37,968 credits. 1,263 XP, 697 for courageous resistance as well, and 1,960 experience points altogether. So quite a decent game. Unfortunately, the ending didn't turn out exactly the way expected. I think it would have been difficult with this new map to actually get a shot on the enemy cap, or to see where the enemy is in the cap, because of that ridge line. Under that position, it's very difficult to see. Unfortunately, the S-51 is so big, it was easy for the box tank to see him, even if he was hiding in a bush. But with Oksydor, he's got that ridge line to counter, and it probably was better for him to go round the way that the box tank eventually came, which he was trying to do. If he'd managed to make it to the bush, he could have spotted the box tank and either made a dash for it, or if he spotted exactly where the box tank was, pull back from the bushes and then try a shot. But of course, then he would have seen there was actually just the GW in the cap area, and the box tank would have been coming straight towards him, and that would have been a pretty ominous sight. But still, it was an interesting game, and it actually lets a lot of people see the Outpost map for the first time, and maybe shortly they'll be actually playing it for real. It's a good idea to actually get one of the videos out, or even to have a look at this video, or any video of the Outpost map, to see which are the best places to go to play different vehicles. And you can actually get an idea as well by looking up all the replays for Output, because they're probably now on the replay site, so you can see some of the better games and see how everyone had a go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this replay. It comes from Oksydor again, so it's probably one of his live stream videos. It was recorded just before midnight on the 9th, which was yesterday. So actually, I think I was watching his stream at that time, but I didn't see this game because I was busy producing videos. So sadly, I didn't get a chance to see it. But yes, probably one of the stream videos. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. and thank you for watching.